if it should be playing. If they can't hear you, just make sure it's this one here. Oh.
Where's my phone now?
I don't know. Why would I know where your phone is? It should be playing.
Oh, they can hear that. That's
just
cool.
make sure it's this one here. Oh.
Hello. Hi. Let's see. Here comes lunch. Thank you. Oh, I have a towel. Yeah. Hi, Olivia Florence too. Hi, Cell Exo. Jessie C42 on Instagram. Someone said, oh, CellXO, who's the person competing with me in the heart section? I don't know. It's kind of funny. Hi, Stacy on Instagram or TikTok. I don't know my devices, so. Okay, Alexander Brown AB945 on Instagram is, can you give me a big thumbs up and a wink and a big smile? Hi, yes, hello. Glad you're here too, Stacy. So I'm just gonna kind of like, because I don't know, it's an elephant in the room for me. It feels really awkward. It's probably not a thing, and I'm probably calling attention to it now. I am just noticing the cold sore on my lip, and it always makes me feel really uncomfortable. It makes me want to like not come and be live and show my face. So yeah, it's a stress response. I've gotten them since I was like really young, when I get either really sick or I get really stressed out. I know I'm not the only one who gets them, but it definitely is like I'm just seeing it on the camera and I want to run away. I want to hide. I want to let it heal. But I'm kind of talking about showing up and taking up space for ourselves and for you. I tell my clients all the time, take up space. And I think this is kind of what that is. Like, I love this time with you all on our Mondays, where we get to hang out and chat and get support. And that's really important to me. So I'm going to take up this space, even though the space that I am in for me currently feels really uncomfortable. And I think that's relatable maybe for people in eating disorder recovery. Your bodies feel really uncomfortable. Your size, your shape may feel like you're noticing it and you're feeling really uncomfortable with it. But let me say that you still have things to offer. You still have value, you still have talent, you have skill, you have this beautiful heart and soul, and those are the things that matter. And I want you to show up with more of that. I'm showing up with what I have to offer, cold sore, icky, cold sore, and all. And so I'm gonna ask y'all to do that with me, right? So let's see what we've got here. Lots of friends have joined. Thank you, Stacy. You get them this time of the year. It's, yeah, like I said, sick or stress response for me. Olivia Florence too, because of you, I'm on my 5th day of not purging. You're eating lunch at school. Oh, that is so amazing. I am so proud of you. So speaking of lunch, I've got some of my lasagna soup here. Y'all, I'm eating adult Chef Boyardee. Legit, that's what it is today. It's so, right? Chef Boyardee from a can is great. But this is home. I cooked it in a 1-pot. Pinterest has been my friend. I'm not a cook. I'm not a cook at all. Let me take a bite. TikTok, y'all are gonna watch me eat today because like my food in my mouth there. Let me turn. Okay, so I'm not a cook, but I love the idea of it. And I love the idea that I could be a cook. Like I love MasterChef, all those cooking shows. I love them. No, I should say all of them. MasterChef is basically my favorite show. So I watch them. Pinterest has been a really good friend of mine lately because I've been cooking because there's not a lot of like can't go out and not a lot going on, so I'm gonna cook my food, and Pinterest has been my friend. So I just find a Pinterest recipe that looks good or sounds good or looks easy, because sometimes that's a thought, and 1-pot lasagna soup fit all of those. It was easy, it's good, and you know, I had a good time making it. So Pinterest. And Olivia, I'm so proud of you. Amazing. Good for you for eating and being purge free. Everybody gives Olivia some high fives. So, hi Amy on Instagram. So glad you're here. Let's see. How do I feel about baking? Okay, so to me, baking and cooking are the same thing. I know they're not, and I just offended so many of you. I know they're not the same thing, but to me it is, because I am just very, quite frankly, a recipe follower. So you could tell me it was chocolate chip cookies, or you could tell me it was, you know, 1-pot lasagna soup. And to me, it's the same thing. I'm just going to follow the recipe. So I do enjoy baking. I think the thing about baking for me, right, is you can't mess it up, meaning your measurements and like the baking sodas and the sugars and all of that has to be pretty exact. And I'm more of a, oh, let's just keep adding, you know, whatever, kind of stuff. And so in baking, I know that doesn't, you know, always work out. And for baking, I'm more of a salty, savory taste person, right? So if I'm gonna spend effort cooking something, I think it's gonna be more of something that I get like the savoriness from. So if you have any baking recipes that are savory, who asked that question? Dutch kale. I'd be down to try something. I'm always down to try a recipe. So I'm gonna take a bite and then I wanna talk to y'all about something. Okay, hold on. Deanna, Alex, thanks for being here. Stacy, 28 weeks purge free. Amazing. That's so awesome. Everybody give Stacy Thompson 4. She's on TikTok, but Instagram. You're welcome to, you know, give people props, and Facebook, give people props. Congratulations, Stacy. That's amazing. Okay, let's see. Because there was a question. Maybe not. Okay. Hi, everybody. Did everyone have a good Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving? Where's my head? Okay, my head is on Thanksgiving because my family is currently texting me on my phone about holiday plans. That's why I'm thinking about Thanksgiving. Did everyone have a good Halloween? What did you dress up as? I'm turning away to eat because this is not, I didn't think about eating lasagna soup. It's not really soup, it's just kind of like goulash right now on camera. Or, you know, in front of people, like, while I was eating, so. Okay. Go eat 'em, CM. Had Chick-fil-A for breakfast, and part of you feels guilty that you enjoyed it. That part of you is probably not a healthy part of your brain. It's not your best self thinking that way. There's nothing wrong with eating Chick-fil-A for breakfast. Like, truly. There's really, truly nothing wrong with eating Chick-fil-A for breakfast. It is just that your head is telling you that it's bad. And there's a lot of reasons why your head tells you that. And I think that's what recovery is about. Recovery is about learning recognizing your thoughts. What are the things that you tell yourself? Are these things really, truly true and or helpful? And what else do you need to think about? What are some other like reframes or information, or, you know, we can kind of think about things outside of our eating disorder or outside of our diet culture brain or outside of our, you know, like sick brain. Right? Like, there's nothing to feel bad about. You're just eating breakfast. So I'm really proud of you. Good job taking care of yourself. Chick-fil-A breakfast is really good. Great job. Oh, so Stacy, you're saying Chopped and Pioneer Woman are shows that you like, cooking shows? I don't watch those. I probably could and would enjoy them. Deanna Alex, Pinterest does have the best recipes. Truly. And they're really easy. Not all of them. But I look for a recipe that says under like 30-45 minutes, because if it's going to take me any longer, I don't want to deal with all that. Because I'm really slow in the kitchen. So like, if it says 30-45 minutes, I need double that time. I just am not, I get nervous with what do I get nervous about? Like chopping with the knives. And so it takes me really long to cut and prep veggies. Speaking of that, we got to chop some broccoli later. Okay. Marley Gray, thank you. You had a piece of birthday cake. Well, happy birthday. I'm so proud of you. That is amazing. Okay, so lots of comments on TikTok. Y'all always have so many comments on TikTok. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying. I have a lot to scroll through. Marley Gray, too, congratulations on eating birthday cake. Happy birthday. And I'm going to be eating some birthday cake in the next few weeks. There's a lot of like fun birthdays coming up in November and December that I get to celebrate. People that I love. In fact, I need a cake decorator. So if anyone of my local friends is watching this and you can decorate a cake in, you got a short turnaround time, message me, please. I have some people I need to contact. But for real, like, I have a job for you. So spam me if you're in the local Sherman, Texas, Southern Oklahoma area. Marley, you're getting some love on TikTok too. People are proud of you. Brittany Brokes, 8 months scale free. Yay! That's a tough one to break. That's coming up. So friends, if you're wanting like more eating disorder support, please check out a lot of the free resources that I have. I have a free Facebook group. I have a free like newsletter, and I have like a free like body acceptance recovery video, kind of, if you will, where I talk about like how you can do that. But in that Facebook group, please join it. This idea of letting go of the scale has come up a lot. It's so hard to stop weighing yourself. So good job, Brittany, for taking a really big step. That's a big one. I'm gonna take another bite. Hold on. Hi, Chronically Coloring on Instagram. Welcome. So, tips on getting through election anxiety and taking care of ourselves. I'm just holding space for that for a second. Election anxiety is 100% a real and valid anxiety and stress. I am living in it and with it. Many of my clients are also talking about this. In fact, later today, I'm going to be on a news station in Las Vegas talking about this, because it is a very real thing. A lot of us are, what was the quote I saw? I'm not going to get the quote right, but it was this kind of thing of like, I've lost all hope and I don't. Las Vegas. What, Michael? Nothing, I was Michael, my partner, is in the other room and he's like talking to me. Now I forgot what I was talking about. Election anxiety, right? How it's a very real thing. And the quote I saw said something along the lines of, we've lost hope. Like, we're afraid to hope. We're afraid to, I think there's kind of doubt and fear, and things are really, really tense and hard in our country right now. And I think it feels scary for a lot of us. Can we do this? Can we keep doing this? How are we going to keep doing this? What is the relief? When do we get relief? How do we get relief? I don't have any of the answers for this political, social environment that we're in. I am completely ill prepared, underprepared. Like, I hate politics. I hate government. I hate we were looking through some, like, how many presidents we've been able to vote through. I'm old, y'all. I'm old. And I was like, there were a few that I didn't even vote for, because I know I can feel it coming through. I'm sorry. I was a young and dumb and like irresponsible young adult. I am taking responsibility for that. Unfortunately, it took me a long time, but what I'm saying is, I don't care about politics generally. It's not something that like I want to learn about or study about or talk about. However, in these last few years, it is a very real thing. I'm talking about it. I'm, talking about it with my therapist. I'm talking about it with my friends and support. I'm talking about it with clients. I'm not talking about my thoughts, but clients are talking to me about it. And so what are my tips? Don't watch TV. Like I am for the next, I think I said 72 hours. I'm trying to stay off social media with the exception of hanging out with my friends. And I'm gonna not watch any like news media because that's all we're talking about and it's really stressful. We don't know what's gonna happen. We don't. And I know that seems scary. So I think I wanna say turn it all off, tune it out as much as you can. And I think that talk to people who you feel get it. It's okay to go to therapy to talk about political anxiety and stress. Again, that's why I'm in therapy. One of the reasons I'm in therapy. And to kind of go on more of your point, chronically coloring, you're saying that the anxiety and the stress is affecting your appetite. And so to that, 100% anxiety and stress does affect our appetites. And so if you're somebody who is, no, I don't even want to say it's just eating disorders. I think when you're stressed and you're anxious, our appetites are affected. And if you already struggle with food and body issues, that does feel really overwhelming and scary. So I would have a plan for getting the food in you that you need. What are your safe foods? What are easy foods? What are your comfort foods? Who are people that make you feel good when you eat with them? What are soothing things that you can do to eat right? Do not watch the news and do not be on social media while eating. Right now, let me take another bite. And know that sometimes we don't feel hungry, like in our tummy. Sometimes we do. Our job is to try to, if you're not feeling hungry because of whatever, stress, anxiety, eating disorder, know that we need energy at various times, multiple times throughout the day. So if you're feeling tired, if your energy's kind of low, you're feeling kind of sluggish, you're feeling kind of irritable, you're just feeling like you can't focus, you can't concentrate, again, you're really tired, think about how that might be hunger cues instead. And would eating something, right, give you some energy and improve your mood and like help you focus and help you concentrate? Yeah, probably. It usually works. When clients are like, I'm so tired, that's one of the first things I'm like, okay, well, what have you eaten? When have you eaten? How have you been eating? Like, that doesn't mean that eating is going to fix tiredness, because there's lots of reasons why people are like chronically fatigued, but that's sometimes like it, like a thing you can do to feel better is eat. Okay, let's get back. Or we've got someone talking about buying a swimsuit. And it's gonna look bad. Well, if you're buying it online, that's the hard part of buying swimsuits online. Like, you don't know what you're gonna get. So if it looks bad, that's not on you. Listen, let's talk about this for a second. Fashion designers, their literal job is to design clothes to wear for people to put on their bodies. That's their job. So if somebody is making clothes and it doesn't look good on your body, that's not your fault. That's somebody who's making something not made to, like, they're not considering different bodies. Their product is failing. So if it doesn't look good on your body, it's not that your body is the problem, it's that that person isn't designing good enough swimsuits. So Shein, Shein, this is not I'm not paid by them at all. It's just an app that I have found that I like for like swimsuit shopping. And I've been pretty lucky. So you have nothing to worry about. If clothes don't fit your body, that's on the designer, not on you. Okay. Let's see. I'm not going to be able to get to all of these questions. Let's see. EMZ on TikTok has some cereal. What is up with my... I can't talk. Let me check in with YouTube and Facebook. Okay, that thing. Okay, want to not forget my Facebook folks either. Brittany Brokes. I can't talk. Or read. You remind me of Drew Barrymore. I've gotten that a lot, my whole life. I'm not offended. She's badass. She's dope. I take that as a compliment. Drew Barrymore is amazing. Thank you. Any tips for working on extreme exercise addiction? Yes. Join the Recovery Academy. What? Okay, so the Recovery Academy is my eating disorder recovery support community where I also teach you on various recovery topics, eating disorder issues. So every month I kind of teach you how to think about, understand, gain awareness to different eating disorder behaviors, symptoms, beliefs, mindset things, and then you get worksheets and journal prompts and things to help you kind of apply that so that you can make those changes in your life. There is a course on exercise addiction in there where I talk about your relationship with exercise, how to have a healthy relationship with exercise. I personally struggled with this. I had orthorexia and was super obsessed with exercise. I was a fitness professional. I found a lot of my identity in fitness and exercise, which was part of the problem. And so I share a little bit of that in there and how... Because I think what happens when you have exercise as a compensatory behavior and you have a hard abusive relationship with exercise, it's hard because the eating disorder wants to kind of hijack it a lot, and you don't know, like, is this eating disorder or is this healthy? And I also talk about how to have a healthy relationship with exercise because it is important to move our bodies. Moving our body is an intuitive eating principle. Like it's health at every size. Like there's so much research on exercise and eating disorders. So there's nothing wrong with exercise at all. It's how can you have a healthy relationship with exercise, right? That fits your lifestyle and works for you. And I talk about that in that course. So that's my tip, right? Is look into the Recovery Academy, recovery-academy.com. Okay, let's see. Ems is really struggling today. So can we please give Em some love and support? It's okay to have a hard time. I'm glad you're being honest about that and open with that here. Let's see. I wish you were my therapist. Aw. Yeah, me too. I wish I was your therapist. I wish I could be everybody's therapist. Is that weird? Is that weird? I was talking about this the other day. The place I'm at in my life, I'm expanding my business, I'm expanding my practice. We're bringing in new therapists and collaborating to bring in like trauma sensitive yoga and trauma sensitive like dance movement therapy and body positive yoga and dance and art and all those things. So we're bringing those into my practice, and these things are unconventional maybe, and not a lot of those resources that I've found exist. So I was saying, I feel like I'm trying to build this table, and I want everyone to be able to sit at this table with me. Like, I just want to share, like, so I just wish I was everybody's therapist. I think it comes down to this. I've been really blessed by having people like pour into me, and I've really, I think, taken time to pour into myself and work on myself, which means that I want to now like give it out. Like, I just feel this a bunch of energy, I guess, of wanting to hug everybody and bring everybody in. I think COVID and isolation has had a lot to do with that too, right? We've been so isolated, so that could be why I'm feeling that. But I kind of just want to give everybody hugs and just be everybody can have a seat. Ange 82 Lena, I like that. I'm so afraid to give my all to recovery. I'm really, really struggling. So if anybody has any thoughts for Ange 82 Lena, I'm gonna take a bite and then I wanna say something about this. Hold on. Bite break. Okay. Don't make recovery perfect. I don't think you have to be 100% down for recovery. I don't think you have to be all in or all or nothing. I think it's literally saying, what I'm doing now isn't working for me. I'm not happy, and I want to be, or I believe that I can. I want to believe that I can feel better. And then just, it's literally about what's the next step? What's the next best step that I can take for myself? What's the next best thing I can do to care for myself? What's the next best thing I can do to show up for myself, right? And it's literally just that one step. So it could be, that's what recovery is. It's just saying, I just want to take that next step toward a healthier me. So don't think of it as being like all in or all or nothing, or I have to be perfect. Like, this comes up all the time for people. Well, I didn't follow my meal plan, or, oh, like I had these eating disorder thoughts, or, oh, I weighed myself, or, oh, I'm not ready to get rid of the scale yet. That must mean I can't do recovery. Stop believing that lie. Recovery is about, again, how am I showing up for myself to handle this situation? Like, right here, right now, the scale is in front of me. I could hop on it and I could weigh myself, or I could not, right? It's not about the choice, I don't think. I think it's more about how is that choice gonna help you feel, and like, you know, it's about, I want to take the next step to show up and care for myself. That's how I think you can do recovery. Don't make it perfect. Don't make it all or nothing. Nick Chris on Instagram. This is a really good question. Let me scroll. MZ, yes, get a snack and eat with us, please. We're all here eating. We've got some cereal. What else? I haven't seen. Let's see. Progress, not perfection. Recovery is so messy. And even beyond recovery, like, I can say I don't have an eating disorder. I feel past that. But like, I still have hard times. Like, shit still happens in my life. I still have anxiety. I still have depression. I still have grief. I still have sadness. I still feel really uncomfortable in my body sometimes. I have bad body image days. Body image is not about what our body looks like. It's how we think and feel about our body. So it changes every single day because our thoughts and feelings change every single day. The more I can take care of myself and work to keep my life in a balanced, peaceful, joyful place, right? The easier it is for me to fight and challenge and I don't want to say resist, fight and challenge those thoughts and those beliefs that are stuck. But I've learned to tune the channel, or I've learned to kind of like not pick up that story, you know? And that's what recovery is about. How do I just not read this story whenever I like look at it, right? Whenever the ED thought pops up in my head, how do I just not keep playing that story in my head? How do I acknowledge it and then allow myself to think about other things? Okay, so Nick Chris, I'm gonna take a bite, and then I want to talk about the LGBT affirmative care and eating disorder recovery. Do you have a specific question on that? Let's see. Well, Instagram, y'all are having some good conversations. Y'all all have great chats with each other. Y'all are also supportive and encouraging. This is why I love it. I love it. Okay. Okay. I don't see any specific questions on that. It's essential to be LGBT affirming. We know, see, the research shows that LGBT are at increased risk for living with, developing an eating disorder. Body dysmorphia, I think, can be really nasty to a person in general. And I think what's important is we have our body image affects our sexuality. It affects our ability to like connect with people. It affects our ability to like be our true selves sometimes, right? And so if we're struggling with how we look and feel, and we're struggling with like accepting parts of ourselves, or are like not able to accept parts of ourselves for whatever reason, it gets right. I think those are things that we have to work through. So I think that I think all therapists need to be LGBT affirming. I do. Like, we need to go to trainings and like talk to people with lived experience. We need to know how to be allies, and we need to know how to show up for our clients in that community. You know, eating disorders are a social justice issue. So how much time do I have? Okay. Ooh, I'm not going to finish my lunch in time. Eating disorders are a social justice issue. You know, I've been thinking a lot about how the media is not about diversity. It's getting better. It's getting a lot better. But, you know, growing up, all I saw were white, the movie stars, right? The TV stars, the white beautiful women on TV. And I still got the message my body wasn't enough and my body wasn't okay when I was the ideal. You know what I mean? Like they were selling to a white girl on TV. Like so, and still I got the message my body isn't enough. So how does somebody who's not represented feel about their body and feel about themselves? I think that's hard. I don't, that just feels really complicated to have to go through this world and try to figure out how to accept yourself and like yourself when you're not represented anywhere. That's really I know how hard it was for me. So LGBT affirming is essential in eating disorder work. It's essential in, I think, mental health work. So if any therapists are watching this, anybody in the mental health field, go get some LGBT training, please. I could certainly learn more. So. No, eating disorders are a social justice issue. I hope I didn't say that wrong. I meant it because Lauren, I'm looking at your quote. Eating disorders aren't a social justice issue. They are. So if I said that wrong, I misspoke. They are a social justice issue. And so we've got to help people. We've got to see how society the culture affects how we see ourselves. It affects how I see my body. It affects how you see your body. And if we don't fix the system, if we don't fix the culture, how are we going to be able to have more kindness and compassion to our bodies? Ugh, we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do. Okay. So, oh, good. Chronically coloring. I get live and I just sometimes ramble and I don't want to say the wrong thing. So, yay! Mad Dog 4 eating lunch right now, but eating animal crackers and peanut butter. That sounds amazing. Lauren Tay, considering going to a dietitian and you're scared. Do it. Go see a dietitian. Go see a therapist. If your therapist, if any of my clients are watching this, or future clients, or Texas Specialty clients are watching this, go to a dietitian. They are beautiful, special, educated. Y'all, the dietitians that do eating disorder work, they are a special type of dietitian. I don't send clients to just any dietitian. I send them to eating disorder dietitians. Even my non-eating disorder clients, I'll send to an eating disorder dietitian. Why? Because eating disorder dietitians have this heart, but like they get it. And they are so compassionate and so like aware of mental and emotional issues that it's not just as easy as just eat this and just eat this meal plan and do what I said. Like they're really woke. So if you go and see a dietitian who specializes in eating disorders, you're going to get somebody who's also really like cool and compassionate and kind and might serve as a kind of counselor. They can't be your therapist, but I've seen, you know, they have kind of that therapist heart. They have some of that therapist training. Like I've been in trainings for mental health with my dietitian colleagues and we're talking about trauma. Like they want to know how to help some, like, isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing that dietitians, God, I love y'all. I have some of the best colleagues ever. So thank y'all dietitians for your amazing work. And if you're a dietitian watching this and you prescribe weight loss or you're giving people diet plans, I'm not talking to you. So I'm so scared to start any of this. How do I know if I have an eating how do you know if you start an eating, if you have an eating disorder therapist or dietitian? Ask them. Just ask them, what's your experience working with eating disorders? If anybody has the credential after their name, CEDS or CEDRD, right? That's a certified eating disorder specialist or a certified eating disorder registered dietitian. That means that person has been through a lot of training. They have the gold stamp. They are like, boom, they are the expert on eating disorders and you can trust them. They are highly, highly trained. Now, there are a lot of specialists who don't have those credentials. That doesn't mean anything. They could still be a very skilled, educated, trained, supervised, taught eating disorder specialist. So ask them, what is your experience working with eating disorders? Very frankly, where are your trainings? Like, and if they don't have enough and you don't feel comfortable, you can ask for a referral to one. I don't know if she's ED certified, but she's awesome. And she doesn't need to be, right? I have the certification because I kind of wanted to leave out that question, right? That I'm a certified eating disorder specialist. It is what it is. But there's a lot of reasons why people don't have that. It's expensive to get. It takes fucking forever to get. Like it's a process. So I really understand why more colleagues aren't certified, and get it, but that doesn't mean they can still be really, really, really good. So, that just asks the question. Y'all always have such amazing questions and feedback and responses on here. I have got to find a way to have more time because I feel like we could do this for an hour or more every week. But I have group in literally seconds. Group, if y'all are watching, I'm gonna be late, but I'm coming. And I'll be eating my lunch with y'all today. So the group is for Recovery Academy members. We meet once a week and we have lunch together. We talk about goals, we talk about our struggles, and we kind of set like a realistic goal. It's like an accountability support group, right? So if anybody's looking for more of that, recovery-academy.com. So all right, friends, I'm going to hop off so I can go to group. I will be back on Monday. The Psychology Addict, I've been a therapist for a long time. Like, I don't know, a long time. 2006, I think. Yeah. Okay, I got to go. Y'all are great. Always so much fun. I'll see y'all next week.